I feel like you have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable, pushing yourself, knowing that it's okay to stop, but that you don't want to quit. This is a whole bunch of gray. Normally when you're healthy, you either do it or you don't. You start or you stop. You quit or you keep going. I feel like the gray is that this is a series of recommitting to yourself. It's a series of, you're never going to maybe definitively get to that win, that right or that wrong, that black or that white. It's not so polar opposite anymore. It's a continuous journey, and there's a lot of discomfort in that because there's a lot of unknown. That's also okay. It's part of the process. So it's about doing your best for that day. Wake up and do it again. One day you'll be better and stronger than another day. So be it. It's a long-term process.
You have one thing that seems very tough to probably for somebody to swallow. But last night I actually read a book written by, you remember the three girls that was kidnapped and kept for like 10 years in Cleveland, 11 years?
Oh my
The
goodness.
book was by Michelle Knight. She's now known as Lily Rose Lee. She changed her name. But she was saying exactly the same thing that you're saying. She said here, well, you said nobody's coming to save you from your life. And that's where she said you have to get to that point where you take full responsibility. But I want to say to you, if you were coaching me and you said that to me, there may be a tendency for me to present that. How do you address that?
Of course, very simply, you don't lead with that, right? We don't tell a child everything. We start with where they are. So my style is, where are you right now? Let's move you till you get to the place of possibility. When you get to the place of possibility, and that's however long it took us to work to, or however long it took you to deal with personal issues, that's when we start introducing, this is where your power is. The power is in you. So no one can come and make you get out the bed if you don't want to. Nobody can make you sit on the porch and get sunshine if you don't want to. That is on you. But that's not something I would lead with. I definitely am not here to guilt someone or make them feel bad, like, oh, you're not doing enough. Wherever you are is exactly where you need to be. Are you happy there? Are you comfortable there? Do you want to stay there? So I'm not even telling you to get out. I'm asking you questions. Do you like that? Do you like crying every night? Do you like your body getting stiffer because you sit in the bed? Do you enjoy that? If you do not, then let's start figuring out how we can move beyond that. I'm not here to tell anybody what to do. I'm here to ask questions. Are you okay? Do you want to be better? Do you think you can be better? It's through questions and people answering it that they will commit to whatever decision they do. I could tell 100%, I could tell anybody anything. It doesn't mean they're going to receive it. Doesn't mean they're going to keep it. Doesn't mean they're going to follow through. But if I ask you a question and you think about it, and then you think of my life and what I've done, and then you start understanding, no, I call myself a superhero because that is my choice. The way I look at myself, it's not because I'm any stronger than anybody else. You want to be a superhero too? Then let's do it together.
Now, one of the other sayings that you have,
I'm
sorry, one of the other sayings that you have is, we attract what we radiate. I hear a lot of motivational people saying things like that. Maybe in my head, I believe if there must be some truth to it because so many people are saying it. But, coming from you, knowing the challenges that you had to face physically, do you feel that is a true statement? Affirmations really work?
100%. I absolutely live by that. Now, that's not to say bad things won't happen to me or anybody else has a positive mindset, but if you're positive, you're more likely to attract opportunities and people that support you. The fact that you and I are even talking, we never met. We didn't even know each other last week. We just happened to be in a similar group. I shared my story. You felt my energy. And then you reached out to me, and here we are sharing this conversation for others to benefit from. That is an exact example. If I were quiet, if I were shy, if I were like, hi, everybody, my name is, there's no reason that you would even reach out to me. It was my energy that attracted you. And I have felt that throughout my life, throughout my travel, throughout my career, throughout people that I work with. They're attracted to my energy because they're like, wow, she's super confident. And even if I don't feel her confidence, I want to be in her presence. I'm absolutely okay with that. If my energy makes you happy, if my smile makes you feel stronger, then come get this. And then let me show you how to cultivate that for yourself. So 100% I live by that. The fact that we're even having this conversation right now is proof of that. We've never met in person. We don't have any mutual friends. You only saw one thing about me on the internet. I had one time to wow you, one time to impress you, one time to say, I need her to share her story with me. That was my energy, speaking before you even spoke to me. So I absolutely believe that.
Wow, that's interesting because
Mm-hmm.
well, we were in a kind of technical online class together, and
Mm-hmm.
we had to share or introduce ourselves, and
Mm-hmm.
I think I responded to several of them, but for some reason, and I guess like you're saying now, your energy um, caused me to go further with you than I did
Oh,
with any of
thank
the other
you.
people in the group,
I'm
um,
honored. Thank
which
you.
is really interesting. So it's kind of it's kind of solidifying what
Mm-hmm.
you're saying to me now. But we
Mm-hmm.
have just a short time together again. So
Of
what I'd
course.
like you to
Mm-hmm.
do now is to give your information that people would be able to reach you if they need to reach out and talk or contact you in any way.
That would be so lovely. Thank you for the opportunity. The best way to reach me would be by my email address, which is the letter F as in Francesca, and my last name, CONATE @gmail.com. So that's FCONATE @gmail.com. And we can always go from there. That is the best and easiest way to get a quick response from me.
Okay, do you travel to speak now?
I have not been, no. Actually, what I've been focusing on is creating an online course so that I can reach more people. And what I want to do is, as I said, just have the greatest impact possible. And perhaps when this is all over and things are safe and people feel comfortable to move around again, I would absolutely love to meet people in person. I would absolutely love to do workshops and sharing that energy because energy, negative or positive, is contagious. And as you know, I love to be happy. I love to smile. I love to laugh. And I love to give that to people who thought I don't have anything to smile for anymore, anything to laugh for anymore. If you woke up and you're breathing, you got something to smile about. And I would love to share that with people in person.
Well, I hope one day we could actually meet in person because I would love to
That'd be
meet you, even
fantastic.
though, I know we could continue the connection via online or email or
Correct.
WhatsApp or, Facebook or Messenger or whatever, but it's always really good to meet in person so that
I would
you
love
could
that.
get the physical vibe from the person also. And
Definitely agree.
what you said today has been very interesting for me because I do what I do with the body work, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
constantly surprised at people's reaction to me. For
Mm.
example, I may have a new client, and at the end
Mm-hmm.
of the session, they want to hug me because they feel like
Oh.
they've known me all their life.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
that has really been like surprising to me. No matter how many, I've been in my business for like 24 years, and no matter
Okay.
how
Mm-hmm.
long I've been in, it still surprises me. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I know I've come to accept that what I do is very, it, when somebody comes into the room, we talk and things like that, and it makes people feel that they're close. Beside that, I'm like 4 feet 7 inches tall, so I'm not threatening to
That is too
people.
cute.
But anyway, it was
Right.
it was fantastic talking to you. I want to give you
A
one
pleasure.
minute left to tell me something or tell our listeners something that you really want them to know.
I really want them to know that speaking as a person with a chronic illness, we absolutely still have challenges, but we also have choices. And I want you to know that as long as you have a choice, make that choice. Keep in mind, the mind is very powerful, right? If we decide to be, and not, I won't say decide, but if we're in a place of sadness or regret, that actually releases chemicals and feelings into our body that does not help us heal, does not make us stronger. laughing. I don't care if you have to look on YouTube and watch a cat video. Anything that makes you smile, that makes you feel grateful, looking outside, seeing the grass, seeing something. If it's your family, someone you care about, make it a point to try to smile or be grateful at least once a day. We'll work on building that up, but at least once a day so that you can release those happy hormones and those chemicals in your body, and to begin to build the life that you really want to have and that you definitely deserve.
All right. Well, once again, I want to thank you for your time. I want to thank you for taking the time to share with our listeners. And hopefully our listeners will be able to contact you and ask more questions.
Please do.
And
I would be very happy for that.
For our listeners, thank you for listening to Jadoo Lifestyle Podcast. Once again, you can get a life and live it too. And our guests really exemplify, especially today, our guests really exemplify that no matter what happens in your life, you can make a living, a life, you can be happy, you can accomplish things, and you can reach out and help other people. So once again, I want to thank you for listening, and join us again for another episode of Jadoo Lifestyle, where you get a life and live it too.